Joining us right now is Aaron Razy, who is head of the Seoul Photo Club. Welcome to the evening show, Aaron.
Thank you very much. It's nice to be here.
I heard that the Photo Club is primarily a group for expats, but there are some Korean members as well. Do you want to tell us a little bit about the Seoul Photo Club?
Yes, it was actually started back in 2007 by an Australian guy called David Smeaton. And he originally started it on Facebook, but he discovered quite quickly that Facebook wasn't really conducive to a photography club. It's very good for social networking, but as a photography tool or to facilitate photography, it wasn't very effective. So he moved it to Flickr quite soon after. And I inherited the club, I guess, a little over a year ago, late 2008.
You inherited it.
Yeah, well, he moved on, as people do, you know, so I finished up with it, being one of the sort of the early members and a pretty active member. I finished up running the thing. So,
have you always been into photography?
Yes, I have. When I was in my early teens, I was very, very keen, but of course, in your later teens, life sometimes intervenes a little, as I'm sure you understand. And I never really picked it up again until I arrived in Korea, and I guess I rediscovered my passion for photography.
So how long have you been photographing Korea?
I guess for the last 3 years, I've been very active as a photographer.
I see. What kind of a camera do you use?
I have two cameras, actually. Well, I have one camera and an iPhone, which I guess is a kind of a camera. My main camera, or my big camera, is a medium format film camera. So I shoot mainly film and cell phone.
Film camera?
Yeah.
I thought those became extinct.
Well, yes, you might think that with the dearth of,
the digital camera,
everywhere.
Right.
But film is still a very, very popular medium for many photographers.
So
it
print
gives
your
a
own
sense of satisfaction and achievement, you know, from shooting film.
So you have a dark room at home and you print your own stuff?
No, I'm not that keen. And my bathroom's not that big. So, I take it to Chumuro here in Seoul to get it developed, but I do scan my own negatives at home.
Isn't it harder to buy film rolls, though, these days?
No.
Okay.
Seoul's a very big city, so you can get anything you want here, especially the Chumuro district, which is not far from where we are now.
Yeah.
It's a very complete photography area. There's everything you need there.
So how many members do you have in the Seoul Photo Club?
There's about 400 members, but in saying that, members come and members go, you know, expats come and expats go. So I guess the active membership would probably be around about 100 to 150 at any given time.
Still a lot.
Yeah.
And although it's called the Seoul Photo Club, I believe your members are spread out all over Korea.
That's right. As I'm fond of saying it, from Paju to Jeju, literally, we have members in Paju, members in Jeju, and all points in between.
So I guess it must not be easy for everyone to get together personally, but then I can see some benefits in having these members scattered out across the nation because they're living in places that you haven't been to or might never go to.
Yeah, that's right. Actually, the Seoul Photo Club, it's a bit of a misnomer. It really encompasses the whole of Korea. But through other members' photos, we can get to travel to virtually all parts of the country. For example, we have a very talented landscape photographer in Jeju, and we get a view of Jeju that not many people see through his photography.
Right. And I'm sure there are also different perspectives in how expats see things as opposed to Koreans who have lived here all their lives. Have you ever had that experience where you take a photo and you find Koreans looking at you strangely, wondering why on earth you're taking a picture of this or that?
Yes. I'm a little bit shy, so I try not to get myself into too awkward positions in front of other people. But yes, you're right. We see things differently. We see, as an expat, you see things in Korea with different eyes. So we see things perhaps Koreans don't see, and obviously they have a different insight than we do. So it's good to get those different perspectives in the club.
Can you give us an example?
Yes, we had an exhibition last year in Hongdae, and one of the very best photographs to come out of last year was a view of what appeared to be a homeless man sitting in an alley drinking a bowl of soup. The scene was very grimy. I guess it was it's not something Koreans would want us to see, but it was actually a very, very powerful photograph. It was very, very good, and I guess those are the kinds of things that Koreans might not necessarily take a photograph of, but they mean something to us.
What is your favorite subject? Is it people, architecture, scenery? What?
Well, I guess urban architecture or urban scenes at the moment. I like just walking around and perhaps seeing something ordinary and or seeing the potential in something ordinary, and trying to make a special photograph out of it. That's what I currently enjoy doing.
Do your scenes include people as well sometimes?
Sometimes, but lately not many people. They tend to move around too much. With a film camera, especially the one I have, it's totally manual, so I don't have the luxury of being able to sort of point and shoot. I have to take my time, set up, and prepare for the shot and then take it. So most people have moved on by that stage.
You did mention your smartphone as your other camera, so I imagine you take pictures with that a lot as well?
Yes, I do. That has other limitations. I can't control anything with that. But again, it's a challenge, and I enjoy trying to make something out of nothing, So with the iPhone, it's very limiting, but in a way, for a photographer, it's very liberating. It gives you a chance to exercise your photography perhaps a little bit more, or in different ways.
Why haven't you thought about going digital yourself?
I have got a digital camera. I didn't mention it because I don't use it these days.
I see.
It's kind of sitting at home collecting dust. It's kind of redundant.
One of those small ones that everybody has?
Well, a DSLR.
Oh, DSLR, okay. But that's a pretty good camera.
Well, it's about 3 odd years old, but really the camera doesn't really matter. It's what you see through it and how you put it to use, which is the really important thing. And that's one of the good things about photography. You can still practice it and create excellent photographs, really, no matter what equipment you have. A DSLR is nice. It gives you lots of options, but really, no camera stands in the way of a good picture.
Social networking is such a huge part of our lives these days. Everybody's a photographer pretty much. We take pictures of everyone and everything, but it's difficult to take good pictures. What's your advice?
Take more pictures.
Yeah?
Basically, the more you take, the more you see and the better you get. Also read and look at other people's pictures and join the Seoul Photo Club. Because we provide that, I guess what's missing for a lot of expats in Korea, we have a bit of networking around photography, and we critique each other's photos and give advice or tips or a bit of constructive criticism, and we all learn from that. Whether you're giving it or taking it, you can all take something away from it. So it's very helpful for us in Korea.
Do you find that it also applies to people like you who take photos all the time? I suppose even to professional photographers, that you have to take about 1 million pictures to find one really good one. Maybe not.
Well, with a DSLR or a digital camera, it kind of is like that.
We have that luxury with
you
the digital
get snap happy
camera.
and you shoot everything. But I've found with the film camera, it slows me down and forces me to take stock of what I'm actually doing and spend some time trying to get that one photograph. With film, it's a little more expensive to process it, so you don't have that luxury of shooting a whole lot of pictures and hoping for one good one. You've got to get it right.
It makes total sense, right? So you've been to places, and you're probably seen places that most expats are not so familiar with. Which places would you recommend expats not very familiar with Korea go see for possible photo excursions?
Well,